Jai Hind children, welcome back to today's second video. You have already studied about the algebraic methods and algebraic methods to solve the pair of linear equations in two variables. There are three algebraic methods: substitution method, elimination method and cross multiplication method. So now we are going to discuss about some situational problems on pair of linear equations in two variables. In the first video of this chapter, we have discussed some situations where we are using pair of linear equations in two variables, isn't it? Now let's discuss one by one to solve these problems. So while doing these problems or while solving these situational problems, you can use any one of the three algebraic methods to solve the problem. Okay children, which one is easy for you, that you can choose. Now come to the first question. The coach of a cricket team buys 7 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,800. Later she buys 3 bats and 5 balls for rupees 1,750. Find the cost of each bat and each ball. You have already seen this type of question in the graphical method. So now we are applying algebraic method to solve it. Okay children? So what is it? The coach of a cricket team buys 7 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,800. What is to be found? When you get a situational problem question, you have to read each and every word properly and you have to understand the meaning of the question. Then you have to analyze the question, what is to be found and what all are given. So without analyzing the question, you don't go for simplification. Here what is to be found? We have to find out the cost of each bat and each ball. So that we have to assume. How can we assume? We are assuming, usually we are taking x and y as unknown quantities. You can take any variable. Here I am using x and y. Find the cost of each bat. So first we have to find out cost of one bat, that we can take as rupees x, and cost of one ball is rupees y. Okay. So how can we start? Let rupees x be the cost of one ball, first one bat. You can assume anything. So here I am taking bat, and rupees y be the cost of one ball. Okay. Now we have to find out value of x and value of y. Here we have two unknown variables, so we need two equations to solve. How can we frame the equation? Read the first statement. The coach of a cricket team buys 7 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,800. So how will you write this? Rupees 3,800 is the total cost of 7 bats and 6 balls. How will you get the cost of 7 bats? Cost of 1 bat is x. So cost of 7 bats, 7x. So it is given that in the question, it is given that the cost of 7 bat, that is 7x, plus 6 balls, cost of 6 balls, 6y, cost of 1 ball is y. So 6 balls means 6y, cost of 6 balls 6y, equal to 3,800. Now for the second equation, what is given? Later she buys 3 bats. So, and 5 balls for rupees 1750. So, cost of 3 bats, it is 3x plus cost of 5 balls 5y equal to rupees 1750. So, we got the equations. Now, by solving these two equations, we can have value of x and value of y. You can apply any method, substitution method or elimination method, or today you have studied cross multiplication method. So, here I am going to apply elimination method. For that, what we have to do? We have to take first one, this as equation 1, this equation 2. Can you recall elimination method? In elimination method, what we are doing? We have to equalize the coefficient of any one variable, isn't it? So, here you can choose any variable for equalizing coefficient. Here I am going to equalize the coefficient of x. Here coefficient 7, here 3. How can we equalize? Take the LCM and we can convert LCM of 7 and 3. We can convert both the coefficients as to that LCM. Okay, as that LCM we can. What is 7 and 3 LCM? 21. So, how will you get, how will you make this 7 as 21? What we have to do? We have to multiply by 3, isn't it? So, equation 1 multiplied by 3 gives, what is it? All the terms we have to multiply by this 3. So, it is 21x plus 6 into 3, 18y equal to 3800 into 3. It is 11400. Isn't it? Now, this equation, this coefficient also should become 21. What we have to do? We have to multiply by 7. So, equation 2 multiplied by 7 gives, here 21x, we are multiplying by 7, isn't it? So, 7 into 5, 35y equal to 1750 into 7. What is 1? You have to do the calculation in your working column. 1750 multiplied by 7, we will get 12,250. 12,250. Isn't it? So, now we equalized this coefficient of x. So, it is equation 3 and this is equation 4. What we have to do? Addition or subtraction? How will you decide that? If the terms are having different sign, we have to add. If we have same sign, we have to subtract, then only the term will eliminate. So, here we have same sign, so we have to subtract. So, equation 3 minus equation 4. Okay. So, for subtraction, for addition, we can just do the addition. But if you are subtracting, we have to change the sign of each term in the second equation. So, here minus, here also minus. So, 21x minus 21x eliminated, 0. Then x term eliminated. Then 18 minus 35, it is minus 17y equal to 11,400 minus 12,250, it is minus 850. Okay. So, what we are getting? Y is equal to minus 850 by minus 17. Answer is 50. Negative, negative, positive. So, we got value of y. Now, how will you get value of x? We have to substitute. We are coming to the substitution method. We have to substitute this value of y in any one of these 4 equations. And in any 4 equation you can substitute, but it will be easy for you to substitute in the given equation itself, because this is a simplified equation. So we can substitute in first equation. So value of y, we are substitute in equation 1. What we are getting? 7x plus 6 into y value is 50. 6 into 50, 300 equal to 3800. So 7x equal to 3800 minus 300, it is 3500. So x equal to 3500 by 7. What is it? It is 500. Okay, we got value of x as well as value of y. So what is this x and what is this y? That also we have to write in the write as last step. What is x? What we have taken as x? X be the cost of one bat, that is asked, cost of each bat. So that we have to write cost of one bat. Cost of one bat is equal to rupees, what is 500? Rupees 500, and cost of one ball is rupees 50. Okay, so we got the answer of this question. Now another simple question. The larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. Find them. So this is the question is about supplementary angles. What are supplementary angles? You have studied in lower classes supplementary angles and complementary angles. Supplementary angles means two angles are said to be supplementary if their sum is 180 degree, isn't it? So there are two angles, they are supplementary angles, and the question is about these supplementary angles. What is given? The larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degree. Find them. So the question is about two angles. So we can consider that two angles as x and y. Okay. The measures of that two angles as x degree and y degree. Let the measures of supplementary angles be x degree and y degree. Okay children, x degree and y degree. So we have taken the angles as x and y, and we have to frame the equations according to the question. First it is given they are supplementary. So can you say the equation from this? Their sum is 180, isn't it? So we can have the first equation as x plus y equal to 180 degree, equation 1. Then what is given to frame second equation? The larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degree. Okay, so we have two different angles, one is larger and another one is smaller. Here we can assume x as larger angle. Okay, so that we can write let x degree be the measure of larger angle. Measure of larger angle. Okay, so how can we write the second equation? The larger angle exceeds the smaller by 18 degree. What it means? Exceeds means more. Okay, larger angle is 18 degree more than the smaller angle. Exceeds means more. Okay. So, larger angle is, that is x is equal to 18 degree more than the smaller one. How will you write? Smaller angle is y plus 18. Okay. So, this is the second equation. Larger angle is 18 more than the smaller angle. So, this is second equation. Okay. Now, both are very simple equation. You can solve very easily. What is the first one? X plus y is equal to 180 degree. And second one, we can rearrange the terms. X minus y is equal to 18. X minus y is equal to 18. Okay, here it is enough. Now, this equation 1 and this equation 2. We can do a addition or subtraction to solve this equation by elimination method. So, here I am adding, because here we have y term with a different sign, same coefficient with different sign. So, just by adding we can eliminate one term. So, equation 1 plus equation 2 gives, we are adding, so no need of changing sign, x plus x, 2x. Here plus y minus y eliminated, cancelled, equal to 180 plus 18, 198. So, x equal to 198 by 2, it is 99. So, we got the larger angle as, measurement of larger angle as 99. How will you get y? Substitute this value in any one equation. So, I am substituting in equation 1, 99 plus y equal to 180 degree, y equal to 180 minus 99. What is it? It is 81. Okay, so we got x and y. What are x and y? X and y are the required angles. So, the measurements of required angles are 99 degree and 81 degree. So, the angles are 99 degree and 81 degree. Okay, children, this is the answer for this question. Next question. A fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both the numerator and the denominator. If 3 is added to both the numerator and denominator, it becomes 5 by 6. Find that fraction. Okay. So, there is an original fraction. What are the terms of fraction? Numerator and denominator. Okay. So, we have to assume the numerator and denominator as x and y. So, fraction will be x by y. Okay. To find out the value of x and y, it is given. Two statements are given as the fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both numerator and denominator. Then second case is given, if 3 is added to numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes 5 by 6. We have to find out that original fraction. So, we can take the fraction as x by y. So, let the fraction be x by y. X is the numerator and y is the denominator. Now, we can frame the equation. Read the first statement. The fraction becomes 9 by 11. This x by y will become 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both numerator and denominator. So, here numerator is x. If 2 is added to x, it will become x by x plus 2. 2 is added to numerator. and the same 2 is added to denominator also. So, the denominator will become y plus 2. So, the fraction becomes x plus 2 and y plus 2, and it is given at that time the fraction will be 9 by 11. Okay, this is the first case. X plus 2, if 2 is added to both numerator and denominator, fraction will reduce to 9 by 11. Okay, so we have to rearrange, we have to do the simplification to get the equation in general form. Okay, so do the cross multiplication. 11 into x plus 2 is equal to 9 into y plus 2. So, open the bracket, 11x plus 22 equal to 9y plus 18. So, 11x minus 9y equal to, I took this 9y to this side and 22 can be taken to RHS. So, it will become minus 22, 18 minus 22, it is minus 4. This is equation 1. Okay. Now, what is the second case? Second case is if 3 is added to numerator and denominator. So, second case, if 3 is added to numerator, so x plus 3 by y plus 3, x plus 3 by y plus 3, at that time when we add 3 to both numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes 5 by 6. So, it is 5 by 6. Same procedure, cross multiplication, 6 into x plus 3 is equal to 5 multiplied by y plus 3. So, 6x plus 18, isn't it, equal to 5y plus 15. So, 6x minus 5y equal to 15 minus 18, it is minus 3, equation 2. Okay, so we got the two equations, 11x minus 9y equal to minus 4 and 6x minus 5y equal to minus 3. So, now we have to solve these two equations 1 and 2 to get the values of x and y. Okay, in the last question, last two questions I applied elimination method. Here let us try the cross multiplication method to get the answer. So, what we have to do to apply cross multiplication method? First we have to write the equations in general form or standard form, isn't it? So, let us write that the equations are 11x minus 9y, this minus 4 will become plus 4 equal to 0. Then second equation 6x minus 5y plus 3 equal to 0. So, what we have to do first? Now, we have to do the arrangements of coefficients for cross multiplication method, isn't it? That you know the arrangement. What we are doing? First we are writing x and y and 1. Okay. So, for x, which are the coefficients we have to take? We have to avoid the x coefficients. Now, take the remaining, this one, minus 9, minus 5 and 4, 3. Okay. Now, for y, we have to take the remaining coefficients. Already 4, 3 are here and we have to take 11, 6. Okay. Now, for constant term, avoid constant term and take the remaining coefficients. Already 11, 6 are here and we have to take minus 9, minus 5. Okay. You have to practice these arrangements for more questions. Then this will be easy for you for cross multiplication x, y and 1. And now how will you frame the equations? See, x by, now we have to take the multiplication like this. Okay, so x by first minus 9 into 3 minus 27. Then in the formula we have minus. Now minus 5 into 4. What is minus 5 into 4? This one. Minus 20. Okay, equal to y by next 4 into 6. 24 minus 3 into 11. 33 equal to 1 by now 11 into minus 5 minus 55 minus 6 into minus 9. What is 6 into minus 9? Minus 54. Okay. Now we can write x by this minus 27 minus minus 22, minus of minus plus, minus 27 minus 27 plus 20, it is minus 7 equal to y by 24 minus 33. Positive and negative, so we have to subtract and put the sign of greater value. So it is minus 9 equal to here 1 by minus 55, here plus, isn't it? Minus 55 plus 54, it is minus 1. Okay, now what we have to do to get x and y? We have to equate first and last and second and last. So x by minus 7 equal to 1 by minus 1. So x equal to, what is it? Minus 7 by minus 1, it is 7. Okay. Now, y by minus 9 is equal to 1 by minus 1. So, y equal to minus 9 by minus 1, it is 9. So, we got values of x and y. Okay. So, we can write the fraction. Required fraction is x by y, that is 7 by 9. Fraction is 7 by 9. See, you can verify whether your answer is correct or not. First statement, if 2 is added to both numerator and denominator. If 2 is added to both numerator and denominator, if 2 is added to numerator, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 2, 11. The fraction becomes 9 by 11, isn't it? 9 by 11. Second statement, if 3 is added to, so our fraction is 7 by 9. If 3 is added to both, it will become 10 by 12, isn't it? What is 10 by 12? It is 5 by 6. So, you can verify the answer also like this, whether it is correct or not. Okay. So, come to this question. 5 years hence, the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of son. 5 years ago, Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. What are their present ages? Here the question is about the age. You have studied the age problems from 8th standard itself, isn't it? So here you have to read and understand the question properly, then you have to frame the equation. Here what is to be found? The question is about the ages of Jacob and his son, and we have to find out their present ages. So we have to assume their present ages. So let x be the present age of Jacob and y be the age of his son. So we have taken the present ages of Jacob and son as x and y. Okay. Now we have to frame the equations using this x and y. What is given? 5 years hence. 5 years hence means after 5 years or 5 years later. Okay. 5 years hence, the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of son. So can we write this as age of Jacob x? X is equal to 3 times of his son's age. Can we write this as x is equal to 3y? No. That you have to remember always. The first case is given the age which is after 5 years, isn't it? So we have to consider the ages, both the ages after 5 years. So first case is given the age after 5 years. So we have to change both the ages which is after 5 years. What is Jacob's age after 5 years? Jacob's age is, present age is x. So after 5 years, x plus 5. Isn't it? Son's age, now it is y. So after 5 years, y plus 5. You have to change both the ages after 5 years. Now we have to frame the equation using the given relationship. Now what is the equation? The age of Jacob will be, that means x plus 5 will be equal to 3 times of son's age. Now you can frame that x plus 5 equal to 3 times of y plus 5. Okay. Now we can rearrange x plus 5 equal to 3y plus 15. It gives, what is the equation? X minus 3y equal to 15 minus 5, it is 10. Equation 1. Okay. Now second equation, second case is the case before 5 years. 5 years ago, Jacob's age was 7 times that of son. So now we have to consider the case which is 5 years ago. So second case, 5 years ago or before 5 years. What is Jacob's age? Present age is x. So 5 years ago, x minus 5. Don't take it as 5 minus x. Present age is x. From that we have to subtract 5. So x minus 5. And what is son's age? Son's age is, present age is y. So before 5 years, y minus 5. Now we can come to the relation. 5 years ago, Jacob's age was 7 times that of son. So Jacob's age, x minus 5 equal to 7 times of y minus 5. So by rearranging, x minus 7y equal to, so 7 minus 7 into minus 5, minus 35, minus 35 plus 5. Okay, it is minus 30. So second equation is x minus 7y equal to minus 30. Now which method is easy for you to apply? Any method you can choose. Here x minus 3y equal to 10. Here x minus 7y equal to 30. We have same coefficient here for x. So you can apply any method, elimination method or substitution method, any method. Here I am using elimination method. Our equations are x minus 3y equal to 10, x minus 7y equal to minus 30, equation 1 and equation 2, same sign. So we have to subtract. So equation 1 minus equation 2 gives, we have subtraction, we have to change the sign. Okay. So here this is eliminated, this one eliminated, minus 3 plus 7, it is 4y equal to, here plus 10 plus 30, minus 30 changed as plus 30. So 10 plus 30, 40. So y equal to 40 by 4, 10. Okay, we got value of y. Now how will you get value of x? Substitute in any one equation. So substitute in equation 1, what we will get? Equation 1 is x minus 3y equal to 10. So x minus 3 into 10 equal to 10. So x equal to 10, this 30 minus 30 will become plus 30. So 10 plus 30, 40. Okay. So we got value of x and y. That means we got the present ages of Jacob and his son. So we have to write the present ages of Jacob and his son are 40 years and 10 years respectively. Okay children, if you want you can verify the answer also. Now present age is 40. So after 5 years, Jacob's age will be 45. Okay, son's age will be 10 plus 5, 15. Okay, so after 5 years, Jacob's age will be 45. Son's age, present age is 10. Son's age will be after 5 years, it is 15. So 3 times of son's age. 3 into 15 is 45. Children, you have to write all these 4 questions and answers in your note, and then you have to do this homework. While doing homework, read the question properly and understand the meaning, then frame the equations and then solve it. Okay children?